Hola a todas y todos. Hoy vamos a hablar sobre cómo lograr el éxito en YouTube y los secretos detrás de crear vídeos virales. MrBeast, cuyo nombre real es Jimmy Donaldson, es el mayor creador de contenido en YouTube. Se hizo famoso por sus extravagantes desafíos y actos de generosidad, como regalar grandes sumas de dinero y realizar impresionantes retos virales. Aunque tardó en tener éxito, todo cambió a partir de su vídeo Counting to 100,000, el cual registró decenas de miles de visitas en cuestión de días, lo que provocó que su popularidad se disparase. Aunque no ha compartido directamente sus claves del éxito, las ha ido mostrando gota a gota en diferentes entrevistas. En este vídeo venimos a resumirlas un poco todas. La importancia de un buen grupo de apoyo. MrBeast destaca que rodearte de las personas adecuadas es crucial. Encuentra amigos youtubers que no tengan miedo a criticar tu contenido de manera constructiva. Las críticas constructivas son siempre positivas para mejorar el contenido final proporcionado. Tener un grupo que te desafíe y ayude a mejorar puede marcar una gran diferencia.
People, oh boy, it's like they think their videos are better than they are, honestly. And that
tell them, Jimmy, tell them.
I mean, they do that, and they have horrible friend groups because you really are like the type of YouTubers you hang around. It's getting people with the right YouTuber friend group that aren't pussies and will actually tell them when their content's bad and like actually roast it and help them get better in a nice, positive way. It's just you working solo, and you work 12 hours a day every day for like a year. And you're just grinding, you make a mistake, you learn from it, you grind, you make a mistake, you learn from it, and you do that for like a year. And then imagine a different world where you have 4 friends who are also equally grinding in something similar. Friend number 1 makes a mistake on Friday, he teaches the other 4 people. Friend number 2 makes a mistake the next week, teaches everyone. And then like you're all learning from each other's mistakes. You're all constantly studying 24/7 and downloading each other. Like after a year, you're like 2 years ahead of the guy who was just solo.
Estudio y preparación intensiva. MrBeast indica que debes dedicar tiempo a estudiar lo que hace de un vídeo un buen vídeo. Esto incluye miniaturas, títulos y el ritmo del vídeo. Experimenta y analiza qué funciona mejor. MrBeast comenta que solía pasar horas en Skype con su equipo, analizando estos aspectos todos los días. Cumple y supera las expectativas. MrBeast asegura que es fundamental que tu título y miniatura reflejen exactamente lo que el espectador verá. Debes cumplir lo que dices y no mentir al espectador. Si prometes 100 millones de Orbit en tu título, asegúrate de mostrarlo desde el principio y luego sorpréndelos con algo más, indicaba.
We try to all around be above the rest. Anyone can clickbait, but do you actually like deliver on it? We say we put 100 million Orbeez in the backyard. We put 100 million Orbeez in the backyard. Your title and thumbnail set expectations. Like what you're saying is like, I like bananas. And what you need is bananas are the best goddamn food on the planet. Like that's the type of opinion you need. Like you need something like how to get 100 million views on YouTube, or not even that, that's not strong enough. You need something that makes people go, what the fuck? What the fuck did he say in that video? What the fuck? I need to know. At the very beginning of the video, to minimize drop-off, you want to assure them that those expectations are being met. If you're putting 1 million Orbeez in a pool, don't start the video with you shopping for, you know, your mom's birthday present. At the beginning of the video, just say, this is 100 million Orbeez. We're gonna fill this pool and this entire backyard with them. Match the expectations, and then you want to exceed them. So you want to assure people that what they clicked on is what they're getting, and then blow their mind and be like, but you're also getting even more.
Enfócate en la audiencia y no en el algoritmo. MrBeast menciona que no debes perder el foco de lo que debes hacer. El que debe verte no es el algoritmo, es la audiencia. Si tu vídeo no está siendo promovido, es porque a la audiencia no le gustó. Aprende de cada vídeo, incluso de aquellos con baja retención.
Anytime you say the word algorithm, just replace it with audience. The algorithm didn't like that video? No, the audience didn't like that video. If I wasn't retaining a viewer, just would it make sense for you to promote it? Why would you promote a 10-minute video that people watch on average a minute and a half?
I mean, every video, even the stupid ones, I learned something, and that's something I try to make a very big point of, is like, no matter how bad we mess up, like we sometimes have videos that have horrible retention. It's just like, as long as you learn from it, it's not the end of the world.
Every YouTuber says it. It's like, no one will ever be able to replicate my style. I gotta edit it. But newsflash, someone can. It's actually not as difficult as you think. It was good that I got a really strong foundation on how YouTube works and how the style of videos I wanted and everything before I scaled up the team, if that makes any sense. I just want to make sure that's clear, because I've seen people try to build the team without foundation and knowing how to do well. I know that if we film this video, it will do well, just because I've spent a decade of my life hyper obsessing over YouTube and I have a good pulse on it. But if you didn't have that, then you wouldn't know. Like, you wouldn't be able to spend $4 million on a Squid Game, because you might lose $2 million and then you can't pay your people. But of course, yeah, if I didn't have these people, I couldn't do half the stuff I do. For the last 8 or 9 years, every dollar I've made, I just spent it the next month on content. And I just did that every single month, and it just kept getting bigger and bigger, and here we are.
Since I was 13, there probably hasn't been a single hour that's gone by that I've been awake where I haven't thought about YouTube.
I'm just focused on making the best videos possible, period. I don't care about making money. I don't care about time. I don't care about anything. I just want to make the best videos on the planet. Literally all the algorithm does is reflect what the people want to a T. And if you deny that, you just make terrible videos and are trying to find a scapegoat.
Expande tu audiencia globalmente. MrBeast explica que no debes limitar tu contenido a un solo idioma. Él es totalmente consciente de que solo un porcentaje pequeño del mundo habla en inglés, así que traduce sus vídeos a otros idiomas para alcanzar una audiencia global. Esto puede hacer que tus vídeos se vuelvan virales en diferentes mercados.
We do our videos in other languages as well. If you Google it, it's only, less than 10% of the world speaks English, so 90% of the world can't even enjoy your content. And when I realized that, I was like, wait a minute, 90% of the world can't even watch this stuff. We just started doing this 6 months ago, and it's crazy how viral some of these videos are going.
Wow, 51 million.
In Spanish, the guy who does my dubs is the same guy who dubs Spider-Man. We managed to convince him. So a lot of those comments are like, why does he sound like Spider-Man? Or is MrBeast Spider-Man?
Esfuerzo y preparación constante. MrBeast comenta que la preparación es clave. Él y su equipo filman durante días y pasan meses planeando cada vídeo a través de técnicas de brainstorming y demás métodos. Este esfuerzo adicional se nota y ayuda a que tu contenido se destaque del resto.
Sometimes we're filming for 3 or 4 days, 10 hours a day, 30, 40 hours of filming plus months of setup, whereas most creators probably film for a couple hours and set up for a day.
Outside of just filming, we brainstorm video ideas, relentlessly, hours every day.
And so with filming, it's just trying to make sure we're doing everything we can, no matter how expensive it is, no matter how much time it takes, to make the best video possible.
Construye confianza con tu audiencia. MrBeast menciona que los espectadores no son tontos. Pueden notar cuando realmente te estás esforzando en un vídeo. Construye confianza cumpliendo con lo que prometes y manteniendo un alto nivel de calidad en cada vídeo.
Aren't stupid. They can tell when you half ASS, I don't know if I'm allowed to curse, a video, or if you really put in effort. And if they can tell you're putting in a lot of effort, they're going to be more likely to click on future videos. And that snowballs. And because once you build that trust, they get to a point where it doesn't matter what you upload. They just know it's high effort and they just know it's great. And they're just conditioned just to watch because you have a good track record.
Disfruta de lo que haces. MrBeast enfatiza la importancia de disfrutar lo que haces. Si no te apasiona, te quemarás rápidamente. Encuentra lo que amas y obsesiónate con ser el mejor en ello. Así, no solo te divertirás, sino que también te mantendrás motivado a largo plazo.
A lot of people aren't willing to put in 10 hours days because they don't like what they're doing. So it's finding what they enjoy, because it is a long grind. You're doing the for years, not months. So if you don't enjoy it, then you're gonna burn out. I just had the blessing of finding what I loved at a young age. So cause to get to this level, it takes, a decade. Most people don't find what they love till their young 20s. So they'd be where I'm at in their 30s. Yeah. I just lucked out and found it when I was really young. Living your life chasing a nicer car and a bigger and bigger box to live in is kind of a dumb way to go about life. I actually, funny enough, I lived in a super below average home And I kind of learned why famous people don't live in below average homes, because someone broke in, stole everything I owned. So I had to get a little nicer house for security reasons. But before I was robbed, I mean, like, my place is like a little duplex, $700 a month. You get a roommate's $360 split. People think just because you go for views means you can't have fun, but you can pull views and you can have fun, which is what we purposely try to do.
If you're not doing something that's just inherently fun to you, you're just quit. Just give up. Like, you gotta at least semi-enjoy what you're doing, or you're gonna quit long before it gets to the point where it brings in money or whatever else could be driving you. So find what you love, and then I would just hyper obsess. Make sure no one doing what you're doing is doing it better. Make sure the videos are as good as possible.
You can be motivated by more than one thing. I'm motivated because I want to support my mom and my family. I'm motivated because I want to employ my friends and help them. I'm motivated because I want to help other people. I'm motivated because I want to be a YouTuber. I mean, I feel like that's another misconception. You can have lots of things that drive you. You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I mean, like, there's just tons of stuff that drive me. And everything drives me to wanting to be a YouTuber, so I kind of obsess over it.
Bueno, y ahí lo tenéis, los secretos para crear contenido viral y exitoso en YouTube según MrBeast. Obviamente, si te gustó este vídeo, no olvides darle a like para no perderte nuestros próximos consejos y vídeos. Nos vemos en el siguiente.